A Chinese attempt to invade Taiwan could be imminent, said the American Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth at Shangri-La Dialogue, an annual Asian security conference on May 31st in Singapore. Besides this, he also made some other optimistic comments on the importance of alliances regarding American priority in Southeast Asia.
The United States is committed to achieving peace through strength. That starts with deterring aggression around the world and here in the Indo-Pacific, here in our priority theater, here with you, our allies, and our partners.
But let's dwell on his comment about Taiwan for a minute here, because even I share his urgency when it comes to the Taiwan question in the US foreign policy. Secretary Hegseth's MAGA-rooted radicalism at home, juxtaposed with a conventionally globalist tone abroad, would be a fascinating topic on its own. But it is not the main story here. The character who actually counts in this story is Xi Jinping, the Chinese president. The man who has brought China from being a regional power to becoming a legitimate challenger to US's global supremacy. Xi Jinping probably has one especially important unfulfilled ambition: Chinese reunification, by bringing Taiwan into Beijing's control. During the Chinese Civil War that spanned between 1927 to 1949, Mao Zedong's communist forces defeated the nationalist Kuomintang or KMT's ruling government. After losing control of the mainland China, the KMT retreated to the island of Taiwan in 1949, where they formed a separate government. Since then, Beijing has considered Taiwan a breakaway province, while Taiwan continues to function as a self-governing democracy. Xi Jinping, who regards himself as the true successor of Mao Zedong, unifying China is not just about politics or power projection. He sees it as the ultimate key to securing his legacy. Xi Jinping's personal life story would further explain his determination. His father, Xi Zhongxun, a Chinese communist revolutionary who fought alongside Mao Zedong, rose to serve as China's vice premier in 1950s. However, during Xi Jinping's teenage years, his father, Xi Zhongxun, was purged and exiled to remote labor, a victim of internal party struggles during the Chinese Cultural Revolution of the 1960s. Meanwhile, the young Xi Jinping was sent to countryside, and he endured years of hardship before steadily rising through Communist Party ranks. For a nationalist like Xi Jinping, who lived through his family's persecution and still emerged loyal to the party, the goal of reunifying Taiwan with the motherland carries profound historical and personal weight to him. In Beijing, it is often said that completing China's unity would be the crowning objective of Xi Jinping's rule, the fulfillment of a promise that eluded even Mao Zedong. On the other side of this equation is President Donald Trump, who berates his allies in the Oval Office, verbally attacks his neighbor, another sovereign country, calling it the 51st state, and bullies Denmark, a NATO ally, to give away Greenland to the US.
And I also have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland. We strongly support your right to determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. And I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it.
In 2024, Trump had warned he would hit China with over 150% tariffs if China were to invade Taiwan. Yet, in April, the tariffs were already at 145%. It's like he folded the cards before the game even began. So much for the art of the deal. With such vividly apparent chaos in the US domestic politics, broken alliances abroad, the seemingly betrayal of Ukraine, and the leader of erstwhile global superpower now turning inward, Xi Jinping may be feeling opportune towards fulfilling his dream of Chinese reunification. There were verified reports from the American intelligence that Xi Jinping has instructed his military, the People's Liberation Army, to prepare for the Taiwanese invasion by 2027. And China very recently increased the military exercises in the Taiwanese Strait to simulate a blockade of Taiwan using both its Navy and the Coast Guard for the first time. The thing to note is, with Chinese military might grown so rapidly over the last decade, the potential cost to America in a war with China has now become astronomical. To fight any war against China in that region, you would invariably need regional allies in the Philippines, Japan, and South Korea. Slapping those very allies with tariffs and cozying up with Russia, the regional adversary of those allies in the global stage, such as the UN, has not probably helped with the strength of those much needed alliances. As big as the might of the American military is, the odds are now stacked against the US in defeating China in that region. America can certainly deny a quick and easy victory to China against Taiwan, and you would have to hope that the risk of the costly fight against the US is enough to deter Xi Jinping against his lifelong dream. The goal of the US foreign policy should definitely be to raise that price so high that Xi Jinping concludes that his lifelong dream is better pursued through patience, pressure, and other gray zone tactics, such that it does not trigger a ruinous war against two of the world's superpowers. To that end, the US should strengthen the alliances with other regional powers, especially Japan, for more military basing options for logistical advantage in any potential war, and help Taiwan strengthen its own defense capabilities, alongside extending more and more diplomatic dialogues with China. If Xi Jinping sees too much risk and not enough reward, he may stay patient, as Xi Jinping is a cautious strategist in many respects. He will weigh the price of war, but that depends on America not folding its cards too early. Why does it matter to the US who rules Taiwan, you may be asking? For one, the cost of invasion would not just be in monetary terms. It would literally kill thousands of people. An estimate from CSIS, the Center of Strategic and Internal Studies, suggests at least 10,000 total casualties, with around 3,000 or more potential deaths in 3 weeks of fighting. 2. There would be panic over Western chip supply, as TSMC, a Taiwan-based company, supplies over 90% of world's most advanced chips. 3. It would essentially end American dominance in the Pacific, as the American military would have to move back from their current posture, defending closer to China, to the second island chain linking Guam and Japan. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think would stop Xi Jinping, or is the invasion inevitable at this point? Also, each point I have made in this video could have been an entire long video essay on its own. If you would like me to cover any of these topics, or any other topics for that matter, in greater detail, let me know in the comment section. I would love it if you could hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel in so many different ways. If you love this kind of US-based explainers or geopolitics coverage and breakdown of current events, you will definitely love this video, where we explore the early days of the US-Ukraine relationship and the context that's now shaping the entire transatlantic alliances. Thank you for staying until the very end. I will see you in the next one. Facts and opinions.